Streetlight paint the ceiling in a shade of gold, a quiet kind of magic that the shadows hold. I watch the smoke curl upward in the cooling air, leaving all the heavy burdens that I used to bear. The rhythm of the highway humming far below, a steady rolling river with a silver glow. I trace the lines of neon on the window pane, washing away the traces of the daytime rain. Echoes in the hallway, fading out of sight. We are only strangers, slipping through the night. Feel the frequency rising, climbing up the wall, waiting for the moment, waiting for the fall. Lost inside the velvet midnight, where the bass is deep and the feeling is right. Where you drifted on a desert sea, just the frequency moving through you and me. Lost inside the velvet midnight, underneath the glow of the indigo light. Let the music wash the edges away. We don't ever have to think about the day. The tempo drops to nothing but a heavy breath, a momentary silence in the space we left. I catch your reflection in the darkened glass, watching all the glowing silhouettes as they pass. The gravity is shifting beneath our feet, syncopated heartbeats spilling on the street. No need to speak a word, we already know. Red is nowhere else that we need to go. Echoes in the hallway, fading out of sight. We are only strangers, slipping through the night. Feel the frequency rising, climbing up the wall, waiting for the moment, waiting for the fall. Lost inside the velvet midnight, where the bass is deep and the feeling in heavy. When dream go riding, did you see just the frequency moving through you and me? Lost inside the velvet midnight, underneath the glow of the indigo light. Let the music wash the edges away. We don't ever have to think a day. Floating out of focus, suspended in the dark, a solitary melody, a solitary spark. The world outside is heavy, but in here we are light, dissolving like a whisper in the quiet of the night. Hold me in the center of the spinning room, like a phantom flower blooming in the gloom. Lost inside the velvet midnight, where the bass is deep and the feeling is right. We are drifted in the sea, the frequency moving through you and me. Lost inside the velvet midnight, underneath the holy indigo light. Let the music wash the edges away. We don't ever have to think about the day. Kick drum fades into a gentle breeze, losing ourselves in the electric seas, breathing out the tension, melting in the gray. Velvet midnight, slowly washing away. city sleeps beneath a violet haze, breathing in the chill of empty streets. Just a silhouette in the glowing dark, waiting for the rhythm to pull me under. Streetlights paint out the hollow roads ahead, tracing the paths where our memories bled. Silver reflections catch the midnight rain, run away the quiet, lingering pain. I close my eyes and let the engine hum, feeling the pulse where my heart goes numb. The skyline shifts like a digital dream, caught in the current of a glowing stream. The velvet shadows stretch and pull me close, a breeze out slowly into the damp air. Headlights bleed into the dark, wet asphalt. The vinyl crackle hums in the quiet space between us. We are drifting through the hypnotic night. Watching the silver reflections pass. There is a secret in the way you sigh. Beneath the indigo and heavy sky, we leave the noise of the daylight behind. A sanctuary in the midnight mind. Feel the frequency start to rise, reflected neon in your sleepy eyes. The rhythm catches in the midnight air, washing away the weight we bear. Lost in the velvet midnight echoes, where the deep bass softly flows. We are floating the electric glow, taking the movement sweet and slow. Lost in the velvet midnight echoes, where the hidden current grows. Let the night pull us under tide, with nothing left to fear or hide. The streetlight paints a rhythm on your face. We are moving through this altered space. The bassline mimics the pulse in my veins, washing the dust from the heavy rains. A distant siren fades into the hum, waiting for tomorrow to finally come. But in this moment, time is paralyzed, suspended here in the dark of your eyes. Feel the frequency start to rise, reflected neon in your sleepy eyes. The rhythm catches in the midnight air, washing away the weight we bear. Lost in the velvet midnight echoes, where the deep bass softly flows. We are floating in the electric glow, taking the movement sweet and slow. Lost in the velvet midnight echoes, where the hidden current grows. Let the night pull us under the tide, with nothing left to fear or hide. Close your eyes and feel the sound, lifting our shadows off the ground. The frequency shivers through the cold, a modern magic dark and old. We let the silence intertwine with every sieve and every line. Lost in the velvet midnight echoes, where the deep bass softly flows. We are floating in the electric glow, taking the movement sweet and slow. Lost in the velvet midnight echoes, where the hidden current grows. Let the night pull us under the tide, forever drifting side by side. The rhythm dissolves into the haze, drifting away in the violet maze. Just an echo in the empty air, fading out, but we are still there. I feel the heavy water pulling me deep. Awake inside a lucid dream in our sleep. We are lost in the velvet night, slipping through the fingers of the fading light, caught inside the rhythm of the hollow space, chasing every shadow on your glowing face. We are lost in the velvet night. Let the deep bass swallow every fear inside, hypnotized together by the endless sound. Feet are levitating high above the ground. The vinyl crackle is a soft confession, a muted heartbeat in the leather seat. We find our refuge in this dark obsession, and let the isolation feel complete. The skyline shimmers like a distant ocean, the windows down to let the winter in. We are a photograph of slowed emotion, a brush of electricity upon the sketches in the back of my mind. We leave the edges of the morning behind. I feel the heavy water pulling me deep. Awake inside a lucid dream in our sleep. We are lost in the velvet night, slipping through the fingers of the fading light, caught inside the rhythm of the hollow space, tracing every shadow on your glowing face. We are lost in the velvet night. Let the deep bass swallow every fear inside, hypnotized together by the endless sound. Feet are levitating high above the ground. Close your eyes and let the colors bleed. This is the only kind of air we need, a steady pulse to wash the world away, a midnight promise that we will not sleep. A senses gather like a rising tide, nowhere to run, nowhere left to hide. We are lost in the velvet night, slipping through the fingers of the fading light, caught inside the rhythm of the hollow space, tracing every shadow on your glowing face. We are lost in the velvet night. Let the deep bass swallow every fear inside, hypnotized together by the endless sound. Feet are levitating high above the ground. Fading out into the velvet, just an echo in the dark. Let the heavy silence melt in, floating on a single spark. The horizon dissolves into indigo mist. Faint signals pulse through the silent atmosphere. I can feel the current waking up beneath my feet. We are completely weightless in the dark. something pulling at my skin. A million rushing colors, let the rush begin. The gravity is slipping from the ground below. I close my eyes and finally I let it go. We are rising up like the gravity in reverse, expanding out across the open universe. Nothing holds us to the shadows of the past. We have found the brilliant edge of dawn at last. Feel the rhythm taking over every sense. In a world of light so beautiful and dense, we are rising up like gravity inverse, expanding out across the open universe. Suspended in the quiet spaces between the stars, a single voice echoes through the atmosphere. I seal the freak waking up the dark. The heavy silence suddenly disappears. The night falls like velvet on the concrete ground. I am chasing shadows where the echoes used to sound. There is a rhythm hiding in the empty street. I feel it moving under the soles of my feet. A gentle whisper wrapping around my shivering skin, telling me exactly where the magic will begin. I close my eyes and let the colors flood my mind, leaving all the weight of the broken world behind. Tempo rises like a tide inside my veins, washing away the memories of all the endless rays. We are aligning with a higher glowing plane. I hear the universe calling out my name. We are the echoes in the blinding light, burning like colors through the endless night. No gravity can hold us on the earth today. We let the frequencies carry us away. We are the echoes in the blinding light, turning the darkness into something bright. A million voices singing in the atmosphere. There is no sorrow and there is no fear. frequencies carry us away. We are the echoes in the blinding light, turning the darkness into something bright. A million voices singing in the atmosphere. There is no sorrow and there is no trust. Hold on tight, the sky is breaking open wide. We are riding on the ultimate celestial tide. We are the echoes in the blinding light, burning like comets through the endless night. No gravity can hold us on the earth today. We let the frequencies carry us away. We are the echoes in the blinding light, turning the darkness into something bright. A million voices singing in the atmosphere. There is no sorrow and there is no fear. Starlight fades into the morning blue, but I am still suspended here with voices tycoon, fading out of sight, lost forever in the blinding light. Soft neon bleeding through the apple skin fog. The bass begins to tremble deeply underfoot. Close your eyes, let the frequency take over. We are nothing but shadows melting into sound. The city sleeps, but we are just awaking. Beneath the pavement where the world is shaking. A heavy rhythm pulling at my shoulder. The air is warm, the night is growing colder. I see your silhouette across the glowing room. A fleeting specter wrapped inside the velvet gloom. The sub-bass rolls and watches over every fear. There is no yesterday, there's only now and here. The frequencies rise into a fever pitch. We step across the border, pull the midnight switch. The claps align to synchronize our beating hearts. This is the moment where the sweet illusion starts. Lose yourself inside the echoes in the dark. Let the self aside the yet the vital spark. Drifting on the current of a steady beat. Dancing out the sorrow where the shadows meet. Let the deep velvet groove carry you away. We don't have to face the blinding light of day. Lose yourself inside the echoes in the dark. Leave behind a glowing everlasting A breathy whisper catches on the hi-hat tap. We fall into the center of the sonic map. The walls are sweat and painted in a violet hue. I leave my heavy body just to follow you. We trade our secrets in the spaces of the kick. The magic of the midnight wraps around us thick. Just let the lush paths wash away the broken past. We form a frequency that's finally built to last. The frequency is rising to a fever pitch. We step across the border, pull the midnight switch. The claps align to synchronize our beating hearts. This is the moment where the sweet illusion fly falls away. Time is suspended. Every fractured piece of us is finally mended. We are just currents of electric air, breathing in the static, nothing to repair. Wait for the warmth of the rising chord before we plunge back to the heavy floor. Lose yourself inside the echoes in the dark. Lose your secret sides within the vital spark. Drifting on the current of a steady beat, dancing out the sorrow where the shadows meet. Let the deep velvet groove carry you away. We don't have to face the blinding light of day. Lose yourself inside the echoes in the dark. Leave behind a glowing everlasting The pulse is fading back into the morning gray. The synthesizer washes everything away. Just a breathless whisper lingering in the mind. Leave the echoes in the dark behind.
The city breeze in neon green and blue, a distant heartbeat shaking through the floor. I close my eyes to find the ghost of you, lost inside the rhythm once again. The clock is striking 2 upon the wall. I watch the headlights paint the empty street. I'm waiting for a voice that doesn't call, just listening to the rhythm of my heartbeat. The smoke is rising slowly to the ceiling, a velvet curtain drawn across the night. I'm running from this overwhelming feeling, hiding from the harsh and morning light. The bass is pulling me under the tide. Nowhere to run and there's nowhere to hide. I feel the static, the spark in the air. I turn around but you're no longer there. I'm dancing with these neon shadows, spinning in the midnight blue, lost inside the deep house echoes. Every beat belongs to you. I'm moving through the lonely crowded room, swept away inside the rhythmic blue. I'm dancing with these neon shadows, hoping that they lead to you. A glass of something bitter on the ice, reflecting all the fractures in my mind. I try to lose myself and pay the price, leaving all these broken memories behind. The DJ plays a track we used to know, a melody that cuts right through my chest. I let the heavy rhythm take control, hoping that my aching soul can finally rest. The bass is pulling me under the tide. Nowhere to run and there's nowhere to hide. I feel the static, the spark in the air. I turn around but you're no longer there. I'm dancing with these neon shadows, spinning in the midnight blue, lost inside the deep house echoes. Every beat belongs to you. I'm moving through the lonely crowded room, swept away inside the rhythmic blue. I'm dancing with these neon shadows. the dark, just a lonely frequencies across my heart. If I keep on moving, I won't fall apart. The strings are swelling up into the sky. I'll let the music be my alibi. No, I won't let this midnight pass me by. I'm dancing with these neon shadows, spinning in the midnight blue, lost inside the deep house echoes. Every beat belongs to you. I'm moving through the lonely, crowded room, swept away inside the rhythmic gloom. I'm dancing with these neon shadows, hoping that they lead to you. Shadows fade away into the gray, just an echo of the words I couldn't say. The heartbeat slows down in the empty space, alone again without your sweet embrace.
The city sleeps, but the rhythm breathes. Exhale the daylight, let the shadows bleed. We are drifting on a midnight velvet sea. Close your eyes, just follow me. Streetlights blur into golden lines across the glass. Watching all the tired faces slowly fading past. I can feel the heavy air finally starting to clear. There is nothing but the frequency that we can hear. The bass is humming beneath the soles of my shoes, washing away the static and the evening blues. Every heartbeat aligns with the muted kick drum. This is the sanctuary where the night becomes numb. The pressure drops as we cross the borderline. We leave the chaos of the waking world behind. Just let the tempo take control of your mind. A hypnotic sanctuary by design. Sink into the midnight velvet, let it pull you under. Wrapped inside the warmth of a silent thunder, floating through the dark on an electric wave. This is the quiet kind of freedom that we sink into the midnight velvet. Lose your sense of time, let the melody and memory slowly intertwine. We are shadows moving softly through the chill, where the rhythm never stops and time stands still. Headlights cut through the mist of the avenue, painting the pavement in a quiet shade of blue. The electric piano echoes through the empty street, synchronized with every breath and every single beat. I let my shoulders drop and release the heavy weight, surrender into the magic of this altered state. We are ghosts in the machine, running on the breeze, finding all our comfort in these lower frequencies. The pressure drops as we cross the borderline. We leave the chaos of the waking world behind. Just let the tempo take control of your mind. A hypnotic sanctuary by design. Sink into the midnight into the midnight veil. Let it pull you under, wrapped inside the warmth of a silent thunder, floating through the dark on an electric wave. This is the quiet kind of freedom that we sing into the midnight veil. Lose your sense of time, let the melody and memory slowly intertwine. We are shadows moving softly through the chill, where the rhythm never stops and time stands still. Where moon fades into a whisper in the dark, leaving just the glowing embers of a spark. Drift away into the endless deep. Midnight velvet softly rocking us to sleep. City exhales into the dark, a vinyl crackle, a whisper of time, floating through the heavy midnight air. We are just shadows waiting for the sound. The streetlights paint the ceiling blue, a quiet haze in an empty room. I watch the dust dance in the glow, with nowhere else we need to go. The heavy bass begins to rise, I see the reflection in your eyes, a subtle pulse beneath the flow. We leave the world outside the door. The rhythm catches in my chest, no need to speak, we know the rest. The silver shadows pull us deep into a dream where we don't sleep. Welcome to the indigo hour, where time is lost in the groove. We are blooming like a midnight flower, with nothing left to prove. Let the frequency wash over me, a warm and heavy tide. In the deep house of our fantasy, there's nowhere left to hide. The neon flickers through the blind, the loop of thoughts left far behind. Your silhouette begins to sway and washes all the noise away. A muted kick, a steady heart, this is the place where we restart. Electric piano sighs and falls, echoing against the painted wall. The rhythm catches in my chest, no need to speak, we know the rest. The silver shadows pull us deep into a dream where we don't sleep. Welcome to the indigo hour, where time is lost in the groove. We are blooming like a midnight flower, with nothing left to prove. Let the frequency wash over me, a warm and heavy tide. In the deep drum slowly fades to black, a lingering echo calling back. We disappear into the dream, a glowing ember, a fading spark. The city sleeps, but the wires are humming. A violet haze settles over the skyline. I can feel the floorboards breathing with the bass. Close your eyes and let the shadow take you. Streetlights flicker in a broken rhythm, painting silver lines across the empty room. I watch the headlights fading in the distance, swept away inside the quiet velvet gloom. There is a secret in the way the air is moving, a heavy warmth that wraps around the chilling breeze. I leave my worries at the threshold, oh, the doorway, and let the midnight draw me softly to my knees. The clock is melting, time is slowing down. We are the ghosts that wander through the town. The frequency is climbing up my spine. I leave the waking world so far behind, caught in the neon currents, drifting deep, where heavy hearts forget the weight of weep. The bass is rolling like a distant sea, and washing every broken part of me. Caught in the neon currents, floating far beneath the static of a soulless earth. We use our shadows in the indigo, just ride the rhythm and let it all go. The glass is cooling on the edge of my table, condensation dripping down into the dark. I trace the patterns of the smoke up to the ceiling and watch it scatter like a solitary spark. No need for speaking when the groove is softly guiding. The heavy sub is speaking languages we know. Through empty avenues our consciousness is gliding, illuminated by the evening glow. The clock is melting, time is slowing down. We are the ghosts that wander through the town. The frequency is climbing up my spine. I leave the waking world so far behind, caught in the neon currents, drifting deep, where heavy hearts forget the weight of weep. The bass is rolling like a distant sea, and washing every broken waking up. Breathe in the cool and quiet night air. Let the rhythm take the wheel and guide us. The dashboard illuminates your quiet profile. Shadows stretch across the empty, silent avenue. We left the noise of the crowded room behind us, seeking solace where the concrete meets the moon. A low hum vibrates through the leather seats. Our destination is nowhere on the physical map. I watch the blurry neon colors bleed together, caught inside this beautiful suspended gap. The frequency is pulling me closer to your side. The bass begins to swell like an ocean rising high. We leave the heavy gravity of yesterday behind, just waiting for the moment when the rhythm will collide. We are sinking in the velvet midnight glow, where the hours melt away and time is slow. Let the subways carry every word we say. In this chill house sanctuary we will stay. We are drifting on a deep hypnotic wave. This is exactly the escape that refrain. Close your eyes and let me never feel together. We are floating lost and never to be found. The street lamps flicker like a heartbeat in the dark. A silver mist is rolling off the midnight bay. Your whispered secrets leave a glowing quiet mark, erasing all the complicated things from the day. I feel the warmth of your hand against my own, a subtle current sparking in the empty night. Out here together we are perfectly alone, bathed in the ultraviolet solitary light. The frequency is pulling me closer to your side. The bass begins to swell like an ocean rising high. We leave the heavy gravity of yesterday behind, just waiting for the moment when the rhythm will collide. We are sinking in the velvet midnight glow, where the hours melt away and time is slow. Let the subways carry every word we say. In this chill house sanctuary we will stay. We are drifting on a deep hypnotic wave. This is exactly the escape that we crave. Close your eyes and let me up and feel come out. We are floating lost and never to be found. The world outside this glass is miles away. I do not care if we never see the light of day. The sweeping echoes wrap around our tired minds, leaving every broken, jagged memory behind. Feel the tension building in the open space as we accelerate into the boundless grave. We are sinking in the rapid midnight air, where the hours melt away and time is slow. Let the subways carry every word we say. In this chill house sanctuary we will stay. We are drifting on a deep but boundless wave. This is exactly the escape that we drifting with you, drifting softly.